What's up, guys? War here. Welcome back to the channel. So today I'm going to go over, I bring you a very cool video on how to maximize your oath for Belials aberration incursions and how to get and farm as much spectral ash as you can the fastest way in Diablo 4 Season 8 Belials return. So first things first, let's go right over here to the board in this little Tarrasque inside the desert, and let's talk about it. This season we got the season of the boss powers, and in order to level up the boss powers you need spectral ash. During the PTR we didn't really have the best way to be able to farm these and see which way it is besides incursions. So you guys have this board and you have the level of reputation, and you level this reputation up to complete this board. The only way to get actual reputation is by doing incursions and killing bosses. Now, what people may not know is that boss killing is any bosses. So you're going to get the bosses from doing the incursions when they pop up. We got another incursion in a minute. So the bosses from the incursions will give you reputation and spectral ash. However, bosses from the normal boss ladder will also give you reputation and spectral ash. Any bosses that you fight inside of a dungeon will give you reputation. I'm pretty sure I don't get any spectral ash, but you can get reputation from killing bosses inside these dungeons. Now, with that said and out of the way, let's talk about the most efficient way to level up your boss powers and obtain spectral ash and the reputation to complete this board so you guys can get these awesome rewards in the resplendent cache. Now, each boss power you get here, you're going to need this ash to level it up, and it does cost a lot. At level 11, I'm already at 120. It costs way too much to level this stuff up, and for the legendary powers, it's even higher. The grind for something similar to this last season with the witch powers was very, very long, and it took forever to do. However, this season is much easier, and it's going to be much faster. So for you guys, I have two strategies in order to level this stuff up the fastest. Now, the very first strategy and the most basic one is doing the incursions. The incursions, when you go do these, are going to have monsters that are going to be highlighted in green, and every single time you kill an elite, you're going to get reputation and some spectral ash. The spectral ash drops are not that great from doing the incursions themselves as far as killing the elites. On average, I'm in Torment 2, so on average, every single time I kill an elite, I get 45 points towards my reputation. And in Torment 2, we fight 3 bosses in the incursion, which includes Belial. Each time that you fight a boss in the incursion, you get roughly 700 oaths reputation points, which is a lot. By the end of running one incursion in Torment 2, I got roughly around 2,800 to 3,000 reputation for one incursion, which seems like a lot. Okay, it's very, very good. And I got around 250 spectral ash for doing one incursion, because you do get a lot of spectral ash when you are killing the bosses. However, the one negative to running incursions is the time gate. The time gate is probably the worst part about it, is because not only do we have a time gate of waiting for this to actually spawn, and then we have to wait for it to start. Then during the incursion, you have all the monster killing leading through the entire thing. Then you have to wait at separate times for the incursion bosses to spawn, which is a big problem, and it just takes way too long to do this. Okay, it takes way too long to do the incursion. You guys can see right here that now I have to wait another 3 minutes to do the incursion. And once it gets there, we got to kill all the monsters in order to summon the boss, or at least the first boss, and then rinse and repeat for 2 more bosses. So it takes way too long to do these. On average, it takes about 6 or 7 minutes per incursion to run. So with the 3,000 reputation on top of the 250 average spectral ash, although that does seem good, it's really not the greatest. So with that said, let's go into the second strategy and the more efficient strategy, in my opinion, in doing these incursions, or to get the reputation and your spectral ash. It is going to be straight up farming bosses. It's going to be straight farming the boss ladder bosses specifically. So Varshan, Grigor, Beast in the Ice, Duriel, doesn't matter. Whoever that you want, you can farm them, okay? Now, before I get into the numbers of farming these, because I am going to show you guys an example. The only drawback to this, as opposed to the incursions, we're going to teleport and go up to the incursion. The only drawback to doing the boss ladder bosses to farm up your reputation and ashes is that you have to farm up the materials to actually do them. So, however, with that said, if you guys do have the mats to run these, then it is going to be way more efficient. If you have a decent enough build or a strong enough build, or you're with a party like I am right now, it takes you roughly a minute, maybe a minute and a half to actually kill these bosses. And each boss kill on Torment 2 is giving 1,650 reputation and around 250 ash. Okay, so the numbers are each boss is giving around 100 to 125 ash per boss kill. So the equivalence here would be doing 2 boss fights to 1 incursion. However, the sole difference maker here is going to be the time. So as long as you have the mats, you will not have to wait for the incursion to spawn. As I'm waiting here, it takes forever. That 3-minute spawn time, you could kill 3 bosses and get all that reputation and just be able to farm it. So you can see here that doing this incursion, now we got to wait. We're still waiting. We're killing bosses as we go. It just takes way too much time to actually do these. Now, what I will tell you is, before we actually go do a boss fight, if you don't have any boss mats, that's no problem. Whatever difficulty that you're in, feel free to just go ahead and do the incursions. It is going to be the most efficient way to do it, and so you can farm up a lot of boss mats. Once you have the boss mats, the bosses are way more efficient, are going to give you more returns at doing this to try to complete your seasonal journey, level up your powers to max level, etc. Now you can see we got another 4 minutes of doing this. Now, during the incursion, you can speed it up by hitting the betraying eyes. This does speed this up, killing all these monsters, but it's just so much extra time. Even if you come hit all the eyes, it's so much extra time. I can't even spawn them all. It's just way too much extra time in order to do this. So let's go ahead and TP. We're going to go over to a boss fight. If I can get away. I don't know if I can get away. I might not be able to get away. Guys, I have very suboptimal gear. Very suboptimal gear. I'm just trying to get away. There's just monsters absolutely everywhere, and I can't TP. So now let's go ahead and cut, guys. We're going to go over to a boss. I'm going to show you guys how to do that. Now, for the boss killing, guys, it does not matter which boss you fight. We have tested this across multiple bosses on any difficulty, tier 1, tier 2, and they all give the same. So it does not matter which boss that you guys go after for this strategy. So we're going to do the Beast in the Ice. So we're going to go in here and do this. Now, remember, for this strategy, if you are doing it in a party, every single person in the party does have to have the boss mats. So shout out to the casuals of Diablo for making this big change, which sucks, but anyway. So we're going to do this fight, and you guys are going to see how we do this. It's just the same thing as the normal fight. So let's go ahead and start it. We're going to invoke the ritual and get this thing going, and we're going to kill the boss, and then we're going to open up the chest at the end here and show you guys how much points that we get, how much reputation that we get, and we're actually doing a much better job than we did last time killing him. Dodge. Revive. Gotcha. Oh, I almost died to that. Almost died to that. There we go. He's back. He's gone now. Let's kill him. Beast in the Ice. So you guys can see that we're also not like super strong for this fight. That's why I said that, you know, it can probably take, you know, a minute or longer to do the fight. It's not too bad. Apparently I can't res. So let's try to res our teammates here. If the beast will just move so I can hit my teammates, that'd be sweet. There we go. Rezzing. Oh, I'm gonna die. Nope. We're good to go. Rezzing. We're back. Now, for this strategy, if you guys are more optimal in your build and you're stronger and you got everything that you guys need, then it does, you know, make this process a little bit faster. But I just want to show you, even like without it, it's going to take like a minute, maybe a little bit longer, which is still faster than doing the other strategy. I need to res again. Oh, I'm going to die. Yep. Leave me alone. I can't click my teammate, which is awesome. Please fly away. Great. All right, let's kill him. He's back. And now the beast in the ice is dead. So we get initial stuff, and then the chest spawns, which shows you need 12 distilled fear. You can see that my reputation is 2159. So when we pop this, bang, we gain a crap ton of reputation, a bunch of items and gear. And then we also gain, I was at 409. So I gained 100 and what was it? 124 spectral ash from that one fight. So the more optimal that you guys are with your build and the faster that you can kill the bosses, the easier that this will be. But I still find that this is probably the best way to farm all of your spectral ash and your reputation in the end game. So what I would suggest to you guys is play through the campaign or through the leveling process, get into end game, farm up a bunch of stuff, get your build together, and then go start farming for all this. Like, get a bunch of mats and do this. However, if you don't want to do this strategy, that is perfectly fine. You could just do incursions, and that will get you there. It's just going to be a little bit slower than doing this strategy, but killing the bosses and just farming the bosses is going to give you the most reputation and the most spectral ash in the shortest amount of time. So guys, like the video, comment down below, let me know what you guys think. Also, let me know if you guys do have some other strategies for this, for, you know, farming this stuff. Maybe there's some I haven't found yet. Let me know down in the comments. And as always, stay gaming, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.